In this class, we take a introduction of NURB surface. All the surface tool is available in the self area, and the total number of these surface tool is 6, or you can also access these tool from the create menu. I click on this and tool is available in the NURB primitives. I click on this thick line to detach from the tool menu and place here. First, I uncheck the interactive creation checkbox and then click on the sphere. When I click on this, a sphere is created in the center of this grid. And if you want to create the NURB surface by click and drag method, first I delete this and then enable the interactive creation checkbox and then choose this sphere tool. Then click and drag on the grid. So a NURB sphere is created. And the other way of creating a NURB surface by click on this tool setting box. When you click on this, a tool setting window is displayed and here you can provide the radius value. I increase the radius value up to 2 and then close this and then click on the grid. So a sphere is created based on the parameters. Now I click on this button to load attribute editor panel and then click on this tab, make NURB sphere. All the parameter related to this NURB sphere is available in the sphere history area. First parameter is start sweep. By click and drag, you can open this. And this thick line is sweep line. I show you this one. And same as you can also open from the end by click and drag this slider. Next parameter is radius. If you want to increase the size of this sphere, click and drag and increase or decrease also. And these parameters related to smoothness. By default, cubic is applied on this, so it's very smooth. And the second option is linear. When you click on this, so it will look like this. You can also control the smoothness of this object by pressing numeric key. Numeric key 1, 2 or 3 is assigned for smoothness. If object is smooth, press 1 for linear. You can see in the bottom area dividation value is 0, so it's look linear. If you press 2, so dividation value is increased up to 1, so smoothness will increase. And if you press 3, object will more smooth and dividation value is increased up to 2. Numeric key 4 or 5 related to wireframe or shaded. If you press 4, object convert into a wireframe object, and if you press 5, object convert into a shaded object. Two more parameter is available in the attribute editor area. First is sections and second is spine, and these are related to these horizontal or vertical connection lines. If I click and drag the sections, section will increase. And if I click on the second parameter, so spine number is increased. All these parameters are available for all the surface tools. First I select this and then delete. I also delete this object. Next surface object is cube. First I click on this. Instruction is available on the grid. First click and drag and create a base. When you click and drag next time, height will be applied on this surface. So a cube is created with these steps. Cube related parameter is not available in the attribute editor. So first click outside and deselect this and then select again this cube. Now parameter is available. Now click on the make NURB cube tab. All the parameter is available here. First parameter is related to patch U or V. By click and drag, you can increase the dividation line. I set default again. And the other parameter related to height, width and length, you can increase the height, width or length by click and drag these sliders. And the other important thing is if you click outside to deselect this cube and then click on the one side, so only one side is selected by one click. And if you want to select all the side, click and drag and create a window selection. This cube is created with the 6 side. If you want to select only one side and move, You can move by move tool like this. I undo again. I click on the outliner panel, and here you can see by click on this plus sign, 6 planar is available here, and you can select individually. And if you click on this, you can select all the side in one click. I close this. If you want to edit any NURB surface object, right click and choose control vertex, and then select these control vertex, and by click and drag you can modify the surface. You can also do same thing in the sphere. I show you. Click and drag and create a sphere. Right click and choose control vertex. By click and drag these points, you can change the shape and surface stretch like a rubber or plastic object. Right click and choose object mode to exit the editing. Now I select all the object and then delete. Third surface object is cylinder. First click and drag and create a base, and it's look like a circle tool. When you click and drag next time, height will applied on this circle and a cylinder is created. By using outliner tool, you can select top and bottom area separately this way. So top and bottom area is separate, and by clicking on this you can select all the object. To modify the parameter of this object, click on the make NURB cylinder tab, and these parameters are similar to other surface object like start sweep, end sweep, radius, degree, spine and sections, and height. You can also change by click and drag. It's very simple. Radius for increasing the dia, and degree related to smoothness, and sections for construction lines, and spines for vertical lines. Now I delete this object and create next object, that is cone, and the creation method is same. First create a base that look like a circle plane, and then click and drag upside and provide height, and then click on the make NURB cone tab. All the parameter is similar like start sweep or end sweep. By click and drag you can open, same as other object, and radius for increasing the base, height ratio for increasing the height, section and span is similar to cylinder, and radius and degree it's also similar to other object. And by right click and choose control vertex, you can also edit this object. Click and drag upside or downside, so you can convert like this. Right click and exit from the editing mode. Delete this again, and next object is plane. By click and drag you can create a surface for other object. In the attribute editor, click on the make NURB plane tab, and here you can change the height or width of this plane, and patch U or V. By right click choose control vertex, and you can select these vertex and create mountains. So this control point is very useful for creating a ground. Right click and exit from the editing mode. Select and delete. Next surface object is torus. Click and drag. A tube type shape is created. When you click outside, so all the parameter is appear in the attribute editor, and then click on the make NURB torus. All the parameter is available here like sweep and radius. Two type of radius is available here. First for increasing the outer side dia and second for this tube shape. I'll show you. Second sweep is minor sweep. By click and drag you can open this shape like this, and the second is this. So you can increase or decrease the thickness of this tube shape by this radius, or you can also call that hide radius. And these are section and span. By click and drag you can increase the number of section lines, and the editing option is similar. By control points you can change the shape of this object. So it's all about the nerve surfaces. Hello student, in this class we learned loft tool, and the first requirement of loft tool is you need more than two curve. So first I create a curve by using side viewport. So I switch to side viewport first and then create a curve by using EP curve tool. I create this shape. You can create same shape or different, no matter. Or you can choose top viewport also. But I create this shape by using side viewport. Now I modify a little bit by using control vertex. Okay, now this shape look better. I make some little bit changes so it looks same in both direction. Okay, I think it's good enough. Now right click and exit from the editing mode and switch to perspective viewport, and then make duplicate copy of this curve by using shift key and then drag. Or you can also create a duplicate copy of this curve by using Ctrl D key. I show you. If I click on the outliner window, here you can see only two curve is available here, and if you press Ctrl D, so a new curve is created. Now select and then move in the next position. So three curve is created here. If you want to modify these curve, select this curve and then control vertex and modify a little bit. Okay. Now select this curve in a order. So first I select this curve, then press shift key, then select next curve and next curve. So the order is very important. It should be in a order. If you select first time this curve and the next time this curve, and after that you select this curve, so loft tool start from this first shape, then go to next shape and then go to last selection shape. So it create a meshy surface and you will not get a appropriate result. So the order should be in a direction. You can start from here. So first select this curve, then press shift key and then select next curve and then press shift key and select last curve. And then go to surface, loft and then click on the setting button and first reset the setting. In the parameterization parameter, first option is uniform and next option is chord length. You can choose anyone. They did not make lot of difference and they distribute the knot position equally. And in the second row there is a checkbox auto reverse. If you create multiple curve with the different direction, so all the curve has start point in different direction, so you have to choose auto reverse checkbox. But in this case we create a curve and then create duplicate copy of this curve, so we did not need this checkbox. So I uncheck this And in the third row, surface related parameter is available here, and by default cubic is selected here, so it's create a smooth transition between these curve. And if you want to create linear, choose linear radio button. Next parameter is section span, and by default value is 1, so no extra section is created between these curve. And if you want to create more sections, increase the value, and smoothness will also increase. And the other parameter, I leave these as it is and apply, so loft is created. Now I go to outliner window and select these curve, and if you want to modify them, you can make modification. I right click and choose control vertex and select these control vertex. When you change the position of these control vertex, surface also change because this curve is still connected with the surface, and you can modify them. So I make some modification. I select the another side curve, right click outside and then select control vertex. So only this control vertex is available, no, not in mid, so we can't make there. And then select mid curve, right click and choose control vertex. I think you have to select outside. So first I select this mid curve and then right click outside, not on the surface, so only curve option is available here. Now you can modify the curve position. Okay, modification is complete, so you can create modification after applying the loft tool. Now I go to attribute editor panel, so I click on this button, or you can also click on the control A keyboard shortcut. So here click on the loft, and here you can see degree option is available. If you choose linear, so linear is applied and sharp edges is created here. And if I click on the cubic, so smoothness is created. And next parameter that you can change is section span, and by default 1 is selected here. If you want to increase the section, I click and drag this slider, so smoothness is increased and span number is also increased. Now I switch to channel box again by pressing Ctrl A and select this surface and then move outside. If you want to break the connection between this surface or this curve, go to edit and delete history. So delete all type and then click on the history. So all type history is deleted. Now this curve is not connected with the surface. Now I show you another example. This time I create some circle shape and then make duplicate. I move in the this direction, okay. Press shift key and then create a duplicate copy and then scale down this and then move little bit upside and then make duplicate copy and increase radius and then make duplicate copy once again and decrease radius. So I create different radius circle here, and I select all the circle and make duplicate copy once again. Okay, if I select this circle and then go to attribute editor, and here you can see the span number. By default 8 span number is here, and if I select other circle, so you can see span number is same. If curve has same span number or edit point, so surface is created very clear. If the span number or edit point is different on the curve, so connection line is not equally distributed. I show you. If I change the span number value, so I go to curve and then rebuild and change the span number value. This time I choose 7 and then apply and select the next curve and this time I choose 11, apply, and for this one I choose 5 and apply, and then close this. Now I select this curve in a order and apply loft tool. Reset the setting first and then apply. So surface is created, and here you can see so many connection is created here. And if I select this in a order and then apply loft tool with the same setting, and here you can see surface is created very clear. And if you want to change the direction of this surface, select this surface and then go to surface menu and click on the reverse direction. So surface is reverse. Now I select both surface, and here you can see the difference. If the curve has similar number of span value or edit point, so it create very equally distributed and very clear. And if curve has different span number, so they create lot of connections here, and sometimes they are not equally distributed. Here you can see not equally distributed. If I select this curve by outliner and choose scale tool, so you can change like this. If I select this curve and decrease the radius, so you can see a different type of shape is created here. And you can select and move also, because the curve is connected with the surface. So it's all for this class. Now we meet in the next class. Hello student, in this class we learn surface creation by using curve tool, and in Maya we have couple of tools, and in this class we discuss planar tool, boundary tool and square tool. These are very useful for creating surface by using curve. So I switch to top viewport first and then create a close curve shape. I try to create a heart like shape and then hit enter key nearby the start point, and then close this shape by using open close tool. So click on the curve, and here open close tool is available. So this area is closed, and if you want to modify this, you can right click and choose control vertex, or another way is by clicking on this object type button. When you click on this, you can select these control vertex and modify the shape. Now shape is modify and it's look better. And if you want to exit from the editing mode, click on the object type. Now I want to apply a surface on this curve, so I go to surface and then click on the planar. And if you want to access the setting, click on this setting button, and these are default settings. Just click on the apply button. So surface is created. First I close this, but the direction of this surface is reverse, so I go to surface menu and then click on the reverse direction. Now it's normal. After applying planar tool on the curve, if you want to modify this curve, you can also make changes by using outliner window. So I click on this outliner button, and here you can see the curve is available here, and click on the object type. So you can select these control vertex and then modify the shape. So you can see the surface is also updating. So this type of modification you can do after applying planar tool on a curve. I show you another example, and this time I create some circle, a big circle, and then create duplicate copy of this circle by pressing Ctrl D. So you can see a duplicate copy is created here, and by using scale tool I scale down this and then press Ctrl D again and then scale down again. So we create 3 circle. Now I select all 3 circle, then go to surface and then click on the planar. So you can see planar is created and direction is reverse. So I reverse direction first and center the pivot. In the second example, you can see the surface is created on the circle shape based on the circle position. Now I select first shape and then right click, and this time I choose control vertex and select this start point, and you can see a planar is created here, and this area is trimmed or hide by using this curve. So the planar tool work like a masking tool. You can see I show you on the second example. If I right click and choose control vertex and select this start point, so you can see here planar is available here, and this area is trimmed or hide by using this circle shape. So you can see how the planar tool will work. I show you another example, and this time I create some intersecting lines by using EP curve tool. First line, that then enter and then press G key to activate last tool. Enter again and then press G key again. Then press G key again. So we create 4 intersecting lines. Now I select all 4 lines and then go to surface and click on planar. So you can see a planar or surface is created here. First I reverse the direction and center pivot. In this example, if I select the curve and try to modify the curve, so you can see the surface is gone when I try to select and move. So this type of manipulation is not possible in the planar tool, but we have another tool that can accept this type of modification. I show you. So first I have to exit from the editing mode and then select and move outside and copy this intersecting line by pressing Ctrl D, and pivot position is different, so we have to center pivot once again and then go to surface menu, and this time I choose boundary tool. When I click on this, a surface is created and it's not as precise as planar tool, but I show you another method to create a precise surface. But this time I show you another thing. First I change the pivot position and then click on the component mode, component type, and select this curve, and if you select and move upside, so you can see the surface is also moving in the upside direction. But in the planar tool the result is gone, but in the boundary tool it will not happen. Now I create some precisely snap curve. I show you how you can create. I choose EP curve tool and then create first shape, then hit enter key, then press G key again to activate the last tool, then hit enter key again. Now I snap third curve on the start point of this curve, so I choose EP curve tool and this time I press C for snapping to curve, and hover your mouse on the curve, so you can see this point is snap on the curve, and then hit enter key, then press G key to activate the last tool again, and then press C key, hover your mouse and create a curve, then press enter key. Now these curves are precisely created, and if you want to apply boundary tool, so boundary will create it precisely like this. First I change the pivot position and then show you some other thing. So I click on the object type, and if I select these contour points and try to move upside, so you can see surface is also move upside. So it's main difference between planar tool and boundary tool. And boundary tool is more freeform. You can modify shape in any direction. We have another tool that can create surface based on the curve, and that is square tool. I show you, it's very similar to planar tool. I copy this curve intersecting lines by pressing Ctrl D and then select and move. And go to surface and click on the square. I think we have to select this one. Okay, surface is created. Center pivot and reverse direction. So surface is created here, you can see. And if I try to modify the curve, so you can see if I select and move upside, so surface is gone. So this type of modification is not accepted in the square tool, but in the boundary tool you can modify. So it's main difference between planar tool, boundary tool and square tool. So I hope you learn how to use these tools. Now we meet in the next class.